How's Coachella?
How was Coachella? Oh.
You want me to take that? I'll take that.
And
That
that's
should
okay. I
not
was
be
just
your
going to
job.
move it.
Yeah.
Coachella was good. Coachella is weird. So I always like a bit of difference to what I'm doing. And it's quite a famously superficial environment. So I think that people aren't really there to see bands. So normally when you get to a festival, there'll be a lot of people who haven't heard of you. I suppose that's a hurdle, but they're still there to see music. So you've got to win them over, but you win them over with their interest already there. Whereas Coachella can be get them to even notice that you're there, and then convince them that they should be a fan of your band, and then let them enjoy themselves.
Is there a pressure with a show that big and that sort of divergence of attention to put the best foot forward? I assume that pressure is there for every show, but even more so with Coachella?
I think that you're lying when you're not aware of when the world is watching the most. Do you know what I mean? Because I know what Coachella is, so I know that it's a big deal. So yeah, so it's kind of like that. I mean, it's not like Glastonbury, because Glastonbury, I grew up like noting famous Glastonbury performances that I would at least want to parallel. Whereas there hasn't really been that many like iconic Coachella performances apart from Beyonce and Daft Punk. So yeah, it's weird. Like, I feel a bit weird talking about Coachella because I always feel like there's this underlying element of stuff that isn't said because of its affiliations. It's kind of anti-LGBTQ and pro-gun kind of affiliations. And I don't just bring it up randomly. It's just that a lot of people are asking me about Coachella, and I feel like it's a bit anathema to the person that I am to not address it. And it's not. I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And it's an awkward one, and I don't know if I have an astute opinion on it. I don't. I think that. And sorry to just take it to them, but I think it's important that I address these kind of issues if I'm somebody who... So it's like, I think that because we're all interested in popular culture and music, I think that we all are very aware of Coachella and its affiliations, the negative affiliations. I think that it's often used as an excuse to say, oh, you can't really find a conglomerate or an enormous company that has a completely clean moral slate. It sometimes often is an excuse, but it's also true. I think the fact that people are so vocal about Coachella is because it's something for youth culture, and youth culture are the most vocal people about it, and we're very aware of it. I just think that when we start saying we need to boycott... I don't know about as a customer or as a person, but like as an artist, when we start saying, you need to boycott this, you need to boycott this place, you need to boycott that place, it requires such a level of intellectual consistency in the way that if you start saying, I'm not going to a certain country because I don't believe that their government is representative of my values. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to find many governments with morally clean slates. So what I'm saying is, I understand it, and of course, but it has to be intellectually consistent, and I'm an artist. So my issue with it is that I have stages. That's how I spread my message and my music, and my message and my music is one of equality. It is one of progressive thought. It is one of supporting gay people. It is one of supporting people of color and other minorities. And I almost feel like I'd be a bit of a pussy if I didn't turn up to a festival that does have those affiliations and have Eric Garner getting strangled behind me and, like showing images of things that we should all be concerned about. I feel like as an artist, that's kind of my job, to turn up and be like, this is fucking bullshit. So that's how I feel about it.
That's much more of an answer than I thought. I appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. It's a hard thing because it's obviously a big platform and a big stage, and we don't pretend that everybody affiliated with that festival has those same feelings, but there are links to that with the festival, and I think it's smart, and I think that it is the absolute right thing to do to take advantage of that stage and that microphone and that platform to present other ideas that may be affiliated at certain points in there.
Exactly. I'm not a diplomat. I'm an artist. You know what I mean? And I'm given stages, and I try and use those stages to create other stages for other people who aren't as lucky. So I'd be silly if I didn't do that. You know.